What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So I don't have to tell you what's going on today. It's a very nice Tuesday in the markets indeed. I did put out this video a day ago and I said, is this the bottom? Now, as you guys know, I'm not really big into technical analysis. I just was looking at this chart and saying to myself, how much lower can we go? Now, obviously, if you see, we do have a bit of a downward wedge forming right here. So it is possible that we could bounce around this area just a little bit. And if you notice right here, we are seeing a slight drop off in volume. So that's something to possibly be careful about. But that being said, if you have a look at what's going on, we have a lot of green all across the board. We have Bitcoin sitting at $7,061, up 4.85%. If we have a look at the biggest gainers of the day, we have Bitcoin, which has been getting a lot of recognition ever since its Binance listing. It was a little controversial the way that it happened, but that's up almost 30%. Gas, much needed pump for gas. I couldn't believe how low gas was falling, to be completely honest with you. We have Dash, IOTA, Tattoo, Neo, 0x, VeChain, Tron, Omizego, Metaverse, and Zcash. And we're also noticing a slight pullback in BTC dominance. Now, I wanted to talk about something that kind of was brought to my attention, and I don't know how I feel about this, but it seems like everything that the media puts out lately, especially CNBC, almost seems to be the exact opposite of what you should actually be doing. As you know, they came out with this thing the other day. It was the millionaire Bitcoin kid, whatever, and it was Bitcoin boom or bust, and it was this really kind of cringe-worthy video that came out where then they went on to talk about HODLing and they were like, hold on for dear life, which that's a totally made-up term, by the way, because HODLing definitely came from this Bitcoin Talk org post that came out a while ago, okay? It was a guy, he got drunk, he misspelled it, he said he didn't care. So not only are they spreading misinformation, but then you also have them coming out with this. I mean, this came out, I think it was, not even a day ago, less than, like 19 hours ago. So you got the Wolf of Wall Street once again warning everybody, don't buy Bitcoin, it's a big scam. So if I'll actually give the video a play right now, you can hear how it just seems like everything CNB says to do, you should essentially do the opposite. And you could see that even over here from this chart that came out from iHeartCrypto. Now this chart started out somewhat as a meme, but ultimately, realistically, if you look down here, he goes, and you thought stocks were having a bad day, Bitcoin crashing today, and then boom, it jumps up. And then you look at some of the other things, Bitcoin bull Spencer Bogart says cryptocurrency could easily top 50K, and then boom, it goes down. So literally, you had a 95% chance that if you did the exact opposite of what CNBC said, you would be doing quite well in these markets today.
So ludicrous that you're like, what the f***? Let's just give it all up to the anarchists. Let them control the money supply. No fucking way. When this thing busts, and it will bust, it will be the bust that's heard around the world, and I feel really bad because there's a lot of really honest people who genuinely believe in this stuff who are going to get slaughtered.
So obviously you could see he's calling everything a giant, massive bubble. It's going to be the worst bubble we've ever seen of all kind, and, good people are going to get burned, everything else. But the thing is if you have a look at the all-time highs, a lot of these coins are down, some up to 97% from their all-time highs. Recently, they're having recoveries, and these are not shit coins, people. These are good projects. We have Ethos, NEM, Icon, Loopring, Factum, Aeon, okay? We've seen a lot of hits so far, and the fact that cryptocurrencies are still increasing in volume, still have people interested, I would have to say that I immensely disagree with this, and I'm at this point going to completely ignore anything that I see on mainstream media because these guys clearly have no grip of what they're talking about. And I absolutely love this response from Crypto Briefing. They say, "Dear Wolf of Wall Street, nobody cares what you think. Jordan Belfort has a cool nickname and nothing interesting to say about cryptocurrency. I could write more about this, but I would rather gouge out my eyes with a spoon." By the way, the author is invested in digital currencies. Probably the best article I have read in quite some time. So yeah, if you guys want, check this out. This came from Jacob Canfield over at iHeartCrypto. Started out as a meme, but you can't deny the facts. And if you look at some of the bullish signs that are coming out lately, so you have bearish positions for non-commercial contracts of Bitcoin futures are on the decline, according to the latest Commitments of Traders report released by the CFTC. So for the week ending August 21st, the report shows that the net position on BTC futures declined by 1266. Short positions fell by 210 contracts to 3426 as compared with the previous week, with long positions up by 56 contracts at 2160. Also, guys, the other thing is I'm over here at the Reddit and I'm noticing posts like this now. Out of the game for a few months, looking to get back in, what's new? So it seems like a lot of these people that were taking the back seat, they were, the bear market just got to them. They said, screw this. Now all of a sudden they're interested in getting back in again. I mean, I've even had family members started bringing up Bitcoin again. My dad just texted me out of the blue and asked me what I thought about a Bitcoin ETF and if it was possible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's all this coming from? So it seems like people are getting interested in it again. And also, if we come over here, we have a 2018 survey from Deloitte that says blockchain is getting closer to breakout moments every single day. It says 74% of all the respondents to the survey said their executive team believes there is a compelling business case for use of blockchain technology, with 34% saying that some form of blockchain deployment was already in process within their organization. Another 41% of respondents said they expect their organizations to deploy a blockchain application within 12 months, with nearly 40% reporting that their organization will invest $5 million or more in blockchain in the coming year. Now, okay, this is blockchain specifically, not necessarily crypto, although a lot of people still do tend to blur the lines. I think the underlying technology, distributed ledger technology, is a very, very important thing that a lot of businesses and enterprises are truly starting to take a deeper probe into. You also have JP Morgan CIO Lori Beer said at a press conference in Buenos Aires that the blockchain will replace existing technology in a few years. She says, "We are currently following many paths. We invented a blockchain with an open code based on Ethereum. Actual blockchain technology has not yet resolved issues with privacy and scalability that we needed. We are connected to Hyperledger and Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. The application of this technology in business is more important to us than the technology itself. We are looking not only for the cost reduction, but also for opportunities to develop new products." So, moving on to some quick coin news, guys, I wanted to just talk about NEX. So this came out from Ethan Fast, and he says that the NEX, this is the Neon Exchange, but essentially the NEX security token has been approved by the Financial Market Authority of Liechtenstein. It is the first regulated exchange security token. Holders will receive dividends from exchange fees and will set precedent for many future security tokens in the European markets. This is a massive step, not only for the Neon Exchange, but also for the future of digital assets as well. This is something that we've really been waiting to see. Can we have these security tokens, these digital assets, and is this something that the average investor can legally be able to partake in, that the SEC, has no issues with? So this is a massive, massive step forward, and I think we're going to see a lot more like this moving forward as well. We also have a little bit of news out of Kucoin. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with their "thou shalt not be named" new ambassadors, but it says, as stated in the original Kucoin white paper, 100 million Kucoin held by angel investors, blah, 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 would be partially unlocked September 3rd, 2018. They say, now we're happy to announce that we've extended the lockup period for tokens held by founders and angel investors. So now it will be locked up until September 2nd of 2019. This was made essentially to help promote the growth and expansion of the exchange. I also think that one of the main reasons they did this was because of all that FUD that kind of came out with the offices, and everyone was kind of freaking out. So I think they knew that they had to kind of do something to try to regain that trust from the users of Kucoin Exchange. So that's news from there as well. I know there was a lot of FUD that came out regarding that. Another thing I want to talk about is we just spoke about Brave Browser the other day, hit 5 million downloads, and not even a month later, I think maybe even less than that, we're already up to 10 million downloads in the Google Play Store. So that is excellent, guys. People are using the Brave browser. Maybe they're paying in basic attention tokens, and I still have my issues with them. I'm not exactly happy with having to go through a third party and being denied the ability to access my funds due to the fact that I live in the state of New York. For me, that's not decentralization, but hopefully in the future we will somehow be able to overcome this. Hopefully I can actually get my donations that you guys have been so nice to donate. But yeah, awesome. 10 million downloads. By the way, guys, if you haven't downloaded it yet and you want to definitely help the channel out, I have a link in the description below. Obviously, it doesn't cost you a thing. But moving on, we have Charlie Lee also saying that he would not buy back his Litecoin when asked on CNBC's Fast Money, which is hilarious because, you know, this is coming from the guy that sold all the way at the top. However, what did we just learn about CNBC? Not financial advice, but anyway. But the thing I wanted to point out is he further encouraged developers and enthusiasts to focus on technology and adoption rather than just the volatile price. He said that he would like to see more discussion and interest in the development of projects. For example, he mentioned the Lightning Network. He also added that with the market prices down, this was the best time for people to get their heads together and to get things done. I personally agree. I mean, you know, I had gone to a few conferences as well, and a lot of these developers, a lot of these people I had met that were really in the tech, they weren't paying attention to the price. In fact, most of them couldn't even tell you what the current price of Bitcoin was during any given day. So that's the really important thing, is to make sure that we put our heads down and keep focusing on what really matters, and the price will most likely follow as long as these products continue to deliver and we actually have some adoption happening. I also had this article that came out. I'm not really going to go too into it, but it's by Sadie Williams over at distributed.com, and it talks about how blockchain technology is transforming traditional payment methods. You could definitely have a look at that, but it's an interesting read. And, you know, I was just having a conversation with someone discussing how it's so simple for people to just swipe credit cards or put their chips in, right? It's idiot-proof. Everybody knows how to do it, but it's so difficult getting from fiat into crypto. Like, once you're in crypto, it's easy, right? When you're in fiat, it's easy, but it's that back and forth between crypto to fiat that's really that complicated puzzle essentially that needs to get solved. And once we can really make that simpler, you know, there's all these different wallets coming out. We obviously have Ethos, we have Arcana, we have Crypto Curve, all of these different wallet solutions that are really trying to make it easier for people. Obviously we have Coinbase, clearly, but you know what I'm saying? The easier it is, the less complicated for people to trade their fiat into crypto and back into fiat, the more adoption that we're going to have moving forward. And I wanted to end on one more good news before we go, and I wanted to just say that the Central Bank of Iran says that they are likely to reverse its current ban on cryptocurrencies and set up a framework to regulate them by late September. So it looks like September is going to be massive. We have BOCT, we have the ETF potential decision, we have this news coming out of Iran. I would definitely keep an eye out on crypto, but I do have to say before we go, guys, obviously be very careful, because as we've seen, whenever freaking ads. Whenever crypto tends to have this type of a run-up, generally there's some type of a pullback, you know, buying into something after it's had a 70x, or not 70x, but 70%, 30%. Just be careful, all right? We did have a little bit of a run-up. There might be a slight chance for a mini pullback. However, if you zoom out, I mean, I don't know, guys. I mean, if you look, I mean, what are we going to do? Come back down to here? Come back down to maybe test that $6,000 level? Be careful, look out. But I'd say things are looking bright. Things are looking optimistic. But if CNBC comes out with a story that says things are looking bright, just make sure to be careful and always do your own research. That being said, I wanted to say thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting, you guys are freaking awesome. You're the reason that I do this every single day. That being said, my name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.